Sorry. This is starting over on a reading that I did for Pisces. Something happened to the video, so instead of just redoing the reading in its entirety because it was a valid reading, I'm just going to go ahead and I've turned the cards back over. This is a Celtic Cross reading, a timeless reading for all Pisces. And that means that at this point in time, if you're watching this video, this is valid for you. If you have Pisces in your sun, moon, rising, or Venus. First is the heart of the matter. The Ace of Pentacles talks about opportunities in the material, let's say material world. These are real world opportunities. This is a period of a new cycle in your life, and that will involve possibly resources, material world situations, etc. The crossing energy for this is the Eight of Cups. And the Eight of Cups is an emotional card. It talks about being in a state where you are setting aside emotions that no longer serve you. How I am feeling this with this reading is that you have gone deep in some way in your recent past, and you have dealt with emotional situations that might have come from your youth, and or situations that you were in that were causing you some emotional distress. And what you've done is you've gone through and you've processed those emotions and made peace with them and left the ones that you no longer find serve you behind. And so you're walking away from the situations that are emotionally not good for you. At the base of the reading, I got two cards, the Queen of Swords and the Five of Swords. And together, these two cards tell me that one of the things that possibly caused you to walk away from the emotions is that someone in your surroundings, you may have had a conflict with them over something. They may have also said to you something that was a harsh thing to say that hurt you. It might have been a conflict that you were in, but what it has done is it has made you uncomfortable in some way. And the Five of Swords here, you do not like conflict. So this was a situation that was difficult for you. But it may have started you to thinking about the emotions that it was bringing up. And so I think of it in a positive sense. Let's look at the recent past. In the recent past, I got the Six of Wands. And this is a creative and this is a creative success, and this is, you have found success in your life, in your creative endeavors, and this is a card. The traditional card shows a soldier coming back from a battle or some kind of campaign, victorious. In this instance, this is more like a creative endeavor that you were successful in. So this tells me that you have had some successes over your life that have been in the past. Now, in your immediate future, I got the Ace of Cups. And so we have two aces here. So this is the sign to me that you are in a new phase of your life where you are in a new phase of emotional development as well as in material development. And that one of the things that this talks about is compassion and self-love and understanding. You're in a phase of a deeper understanding than you've had before. What is coming up in your near future is the Strength card. Now, I think of Pisces as being very strong in the first place because there is this gentle strength to this card. This is the lion and the lamb in this particular image. It is a feminine strength, and it is sort of a divine feminine strength that has compassion for oneself at the same time as it has for others. So I think that this is walking through this conflict, the situation down here at the base, and having the successes in your past, and you are thinking of new ways to move through the world. One challenge that you have had is that you have you've come to grips with the energy that no longer works for you. So you're not going to be taking those painful emotions. This could be old hurts. This could be old wounds from your past that you have worked out. And you're going into the future with new strength. Your energy at the present moment is the Hierophant. And the Hierophant in this deck is a bit different from the one in the traditional tarot. This is sort of a modern guru figure, I think, in this deck. But typically this talks about a spiritual, a traditional spiritual situation. It can talk about sort of an establishment sense of spirituality. But I see it in this reading as you are in a stable and more spiritual spot than you have been before, because you've got this balance with your emotions and you're walking into the future in a state of somewhat ascended and possibly even a spiritual awakening, and you're really secure in where you are with the sense your sense of where you stand in the world. The environment around you is one of great inspiration and exciting energy, exciting creative energy and passion and fire. So this is really good for you. Your hopes and fears in this situation come out as the Fool. Now the Fool is the beginner card, and since you are in a new phase, you have the ability right now to embody this energy. And perhaps that's it. You are thinking in terms of, I have this spiritual base and I know that this is beginner's mind, that I'm in the new phase. So that is your hope, to continue that and to go and do something that you had never thought about doing before. One other side of it is that there could be a part of your makeup that is a little bit concerned about feeling foolish. This is not really the card's meaning, but it could be something that you don't want to feel foolish. I think that most Pisces are pretty comfortable in their own skin and really not that concerned with what others are thinking about them. But in this case, there could be something in the situation that you ended up with here where someone was giving you their hard truths for you that made you think, well, maybe I need to pay attention to a little bit more of this. I don't know. I don't think that's necessarily what it is. That's just one possibility. And so the outcome for this reading right now is the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles often talks about holding on to resources. And since you're moving into a more material realm, this could be a time of you learning how to use your resources and becoming stable with your material resources in a way that you haven't before. Sometimes this talks about not having enough gratitude, or the need for gratitude, or the need to share what you have, the ability to share what you have. Sometimes it is a state where you don't have all of the resources that you need, and you feel that need for stability. But I think that this, in this case, is you're going to be thinking about how best to expend the resources that you have going into the future. There is a lot going on underneath that has to do with your coming away from a situation where, I will show you these underlying cards really quickly here. The first of the underlying energies was the Queen of Wands. So this one is, your future is in this direction. Your future is in more of this creative energy. And you also have the Star, which is wishes and hopes. So I think that you're going to find that you do have the resources for this. You also have the energy surrounding you in the past of the Emperor, and there's some potential that you either have Aries energy or fire sign Aries or Leo in or Sagittarius in your chart, and or that you have people around you are fire signs. But you are going to, you have been in the star moment, which is really, again, wishes fulfilled, and in wishing on a star. You've been making these things come to fruition as you've ended up in this situation here. So you have a good, strong base for that. There are a couple of cards here that give me some insights into psychological state, really where you felt, how you felt. And the first one is the Six of Swords. I think that the situation with the Five of Swords here at the base, when you worked through that, you moved through the energy, and this card is moving you into the future, moving you past that and into the Ace of Cups and Ace of Pentacles energy that you're in now. And there is one other card that is kind of interesting, and this is something that it could be that you, Pisces, you were unwilling at first to accept the criticisms here, and they were offering you insights that you were not ready to accept. So this is an individual who's really kind of turning down the things that people are offering them. You might have been offered some advice you just didn't like. So looking at that, I think that what has happened, though, is you're in a really strong state. I pulled two cards of advice, and those two cards were the King of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. And that tells me that right now you are in a very stable, emotionally strong state, and you are ready to collaborate with individuals. And this really is a good thing to see when you are moving into your next phase, because you have the Pentacles and Cups energy there and here as well. And you also have the movement that is happening with the underlying energy and moving forward into the Fool energy, able to accept whatever it is that is to come. So overall, a very positive reading, and I think it's exciting energy, and it's going to be an interesting time for you as you move into your Fool energy, your beginner's mind, and you start working with the resources that you have in a stable way. And we will leave it there. And if this is an interesting and insightful reading for you, please like. And if you would, please subscribe to my channel if you find my readings interesting. And thank you very much.